Hey y'all. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Let me see, we got Grumpy, Juanita, and Red here so far. But okay, I got the results and I had to go to the contingency plan instead of because what I wanted people to do is vote on underneath my original video that I did for the VR. Or I mean not the VR, but the giveaway. Hey moms. Hey Frank. What I want people to do is vote on them there. And each one of them had one like a piece on them. So it's like a four-way tie. So my contingency is I went, hey FLP. What I did is I just went to every single. I had four video responses on this, so I went to each one of them and I took the likes off of them, and the highest score of them is going to win. So just so we're all in understanding here, that was a contingency because if I went off of my video, it was a four-way tie. So what we're going to do. Oh, hey, Rescue Boss. No, you're good. I just started, man. You're all good. And I'll tell you what I told Red, because Red had sent a VR too, is on my giveaway video, the four responses I got, each had one like a piece on them. So what I did is I went to, right before I started here, I went to each one of those videos. I took the likes straight off those videos to determine the winner. Just so we're all clear on this, okay? But I'm going to start with third place. First place is going to get the prize, but I'm going to start with third place here. And it's a tie between Red and, what's up, Brett? And Kyle. It's a tie between Red and Just in Time Prepping with 8 likes apiece on their videos. Which is cool. I mean, I didn't really give you guys a lot of time, so that's cool. Second place is Rescue Boss with 11 likes. And first place is Timo, or World Without Rule of Law. And here's the deal. Hey, Nina. Here's the deal. Since Timo won, I watched his video. Rescue Boss, he nominated you, and he told me to send the one that he would win to you as well for your son. So you're getting 2 of them instead of 1. So there you go. Rescue Boss is getting the Leatherman tools, both of them, and Timo won this. So you tell him congratulations, and I'm going to get him both in the mail off to Rescue Boss then. But thank you everybody who commented and sent me a video response. Definitely cool. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do another one of these at 500. And I think I'm going to try the same thing, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give everybody about 2 weeks to do something. Because I think the idea I had was a good idea. I just didn't really give people a lot of time to do it. But I kind of like that idea that instead of trying to get it for yourself, you're going to try to get it for somebody else. And it's kind of like a way of helping each other out. That's the way I was looking at it anyway. Not yet, Jay. I'm trying to. Suckers won't breed. Trying to figure out how to get them all hot and bothered so they start breeding and can create more gold bars. Oh, it is. Yeah, I was watching yours too, Rescue Boss. I liked your idea, but you're getting both of them because Timo nominated you, and he specifically said send the one I was going to send to him to you as well for your son. Get get him kind of started on this as well. So, but on to shenanigans. Everybody likes shenanigans, right? Yeah, see, I liked Red's video. Red had a good video. Will had a good video as well too. So I mean, the four that I got were good. I just don't think I gave people enough time to do it. So the next one I do, I'm going to try the same idea again, but I'm going to give them like 2 weeks. So yeah, you know you're from Pittsburgh if you like to use the word shenanigans. Shenanigans is like a Pittsburgh word now. Shenanigans and that. Oh, you're welcome, Rescue Boss. You're welcome. So, Rescue Boss, shoot me an email. In fact, before you go to bed, shoot me an email tonight because I actually want to try and get these out in the mail in the morning. Yep, shenanigans. And Mouse Toes, I'm sending something to Mouse Toes too, and I got her address, so I want to get that out tomorrow as well. Yeah, you just know shenanigans when you see them in that. But yeah, I got a couple things going on here. No, I'm not stripping. I'm just getting too warm with this sweater on. No, with Mouse Toes. No, with Mouse Toes, she was kind of joke. She's talking about self-defense, and like in my case on my job, I'm not allowed to carry a firearm. So I have other different ways for self-defense. Hey, Roseanne, how you doing, hon? But I'm sending. Hey, how you doing, Backwoods? I'm sending Mouse Toes a tack pen. I would take it out of the envelope, but the envelope they sent it to me, and I'm going to send it to her. And so, but I think everybody in here pretty much knows what a tactical pen is. It's like one of the big aluminum jobs about this big around, and you use it. But sorry about that. I had an email come in and keeps on alerting me down right over my chat screen. But I was joking around with her in the Honey Badger chat. Says, "You ever think about a tack pen if they get past the range of the pistol?" And she goes, "What am I going to do? Write him a note?" And actually, a tack pen, in my mind anyway, if you get a good one, is a good pressure point weapon. It's just if you know how to use one, and she has a little bit of a martial. She has said before that she takes martial arts and everything else, so she's familiar with pressure points. And if you're familiar with pressure points, that's where the tack pen comes into play because instead of trying to jam your finger into a pressure point, you've got something with leverage now. Okay, Rescue Boss, I got your email. Thank you, bud. I'll get that out tomorrow. See, that's my point. See, what Backwoods Law actually said is also a good thing to remember. Yeah, pressure point, hell, go for the soft tissue, and that's a good point because punching soft tissue like this spreads out the impact. When you hit it with a point about that big around, it doesn't puncture. You're going to drop somebody in a hurry, especially if you use the same amount of force that you use with this, because all that force is hitting an area about that big around, and it's going to hurt a hell of a lot worse. Oh, geez. Never killed anybody with one, but I chased a lot of people away with a couple of them. Yeah, see, I never took martial arts. Don't really know enough, but I don't really know any martial arts, but I know like a couple soft areas to hit. And on my job, I've been attacked once, and I ended up, and I ended up, I seen him out of my peripheral vision coming at me, and he didn't have anything in his hands. He's just like this. You'll be amazed how much damage a half toe can do. Yeah, a half pound half tote swung like a madman upside somebody's head don't feel good. Nope. But it's one of those things is with me, the way I look at it, I mean, it probably looked ugly, but it was effective. It's one of those things that when somebody's coming at me like that, I'll use whatever's around me, and it's either going to be me or them. That's what it comes down to. And when it gets to that point, all bets are off. I'm dropping somebody. See the foghorn noise? When you release one and the foghorn noise, they all know it's coming. You got to get the silent but violent ninja ones that come out of nowhere. What's up, Just Ed? Those are the ones that catch them off guard and make them panic. That's when the fun ensues. Like, where the hell's that coming from? Ah. Yeah, so same thing with Zeus. Zeus has farted in my room before and wake me up from a sound sleep going like, I'm like, what the hell is, oh, Zeus, really? Oh, exactly. Yeah, don't be letting the sink while you're sitting on the john. House may be leveled. Now, one thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. My one Walmart is, I swear, I hate going in that Walmart because I think everybody in that place tries to outcrop dust each other. I'm like, really? Oh, yeah, that's bad. That's just bad, man. Oh, just remember, it's not the smelling in the nose, it's the burning of the eyes. Which I was just thinking about all this. Why don't we get a bunch of rednecks that like to drink beer and eat hot barbecue, drop them all off in Syria to take care of ISIS? I guarantee you. Yeah, we already did that back. Was Timo 1. Oh, there you go. Beer and pickled eggs, and I guarantee you'll gas them all out within a week, if not sooner. They'll be like, we give up. Just keep them farting people away from us. Just, ugh. Yeah, could you imagine a fart like that in a cave? Seriously, man, don't be like trying to dig out the backside. I never understood that. I've got gas, so let's see if it's flammable. And singe my butt hair in the process. What? Let me do something here real quick. Actually, Rescue Boss, that's a good idea. With the food they eat down there, might not work because they'll probably out hippo fart us. So don't want to start that. exactly, FOP, exactly. I got emails coming in all over the place. So I have another guy. He emailed me as soon as we started here, right before Rescue Boss emailed me his address, and he wants me to help him do some research on a cleat track crawler. Cleat track crawlers were made by Oliver, which is interesting, but they kind of put a little bit of the serial tag on there, and I think it was a specially built job too. So this could get interesting. So yeah, most of you guys here were here for Tuesday. How did you guys like the little deal I had about the Dents Run Gold, like the little historical thing here? Ouch! Ow! Oh, that's cool, Frank. Okay. Um, I wouldn't quite say that FLP because I did a little bit more digging. I do not think that was part of what they of the dense run deal. I still want to go check the area out. Note, I never really said where the area is at. I have it in my mind. I already have. Um, what was I going to say? Yeah, I have it in mind, and what I'm trying to do right now is I have a couple. Well, see, when I go up to check it out, I'll tell you, mums, and I'll tell backwards if you and T Bear want to go too, but I'll tell you and Murder for sure because you guys know the area real well. I'm always followed by nondescript black sedans. I wave to them like, "Hi guys, how you doing? I know you're there. Hi." Oh no, it's just I want to say that, but it's one of those things. If I know I'm being watched, I'll turn around. Like on my job, they'll send somebody out to take pictures of me going through an area. It's a private eye, making sure I'm doing my job correctly. I'm not leaving the door open or doing this or doing that or doing the other thing. So they'll take pictures of us. When I see someone taking a picture of me now, I'll turn around, I'll wave to them. Hi, I know you're there. Hi. Oh, they love that. But what I'm planning right now is devil cut bear don't bother me at all. Especially now they're actually afraid of humans. When they weren't afraid of humans, that was interesting because I'd be walking down the trail and they'd be following you looking for food. It's either that or they're in your way and you're kind of like pushing them, like, get out the way. Go. And I'm so used to dealing with horses, I just kind of shove my way past them and keep on going. Well, if it's a private eye, I'll use all my fingers. If it's somebody else taking pictures of me because I think I may have pissed them off or or whatever, then they get the one finger salute. But because what I'm planning is when I go in there, it's been about a good while since I actually been down that hall. Probably about a good 5 or 6 years. But I know the basic location of where it's at, and I got the gear to make the process quick because I want to get in there, set up 2 grids, check the area, get back out. I just want to confirm my suspicion. If I confirm suspicion within a reasonable amount of time, I may look a little bit, but when I get in there, do what I need to do, turn around and get out. And since I know the area pretty well, I could get in the back way. In fact, they even know where to park the Jeep at, so. Nah. Yeah, as I said, the elk up there don't bother me at all. I mean, I've been around them so much, it's just like, and nowadays they just kind of leave, they give you a wide berth now, so it's like, okay. Like I got a little bit too close to a bull and he's kind of like snorting like a horse. I'm like, hey, get out of here. Go. Just get. But as I said, you heard me when I go into there, you heard me talk about setting up a grid, right? That's for this little piece of equipment here. This comes into play. Now, this is not your normal, everybody thinks it's like a laser pointer. Hopefully I turn it on. There we go. See how it makes that? I could use this to set up a grid real quick. But the thing about this is this is one of them high-powered lasers. This one would go for miles. Here's the thing with Bigfoot, Rescue Boss. Always carry a beer. Always carry a beer. If you find you're cracking the one open for yourself, go cheers. While they're looking at you like, what the hell's going on? You just start drinking the beer, and they'll probably get the idea and drink it themselves. So, except you won't get drunk. They'll probably get completely sloshed, so you can just walk away at your own leisure while they're going, And see, yeah, Cindy. See, I've had horses. What's really fun is try feeding in the complete dark with just a flashlight when the power's out in the barn. That gets fun. That gets real fun. They can't read, so they just know it's beer. Oh, oh, if it's the Slim Jim or whatever that Sasquatch was, messing with Sasquatch, if it's him, I'm going to say tag, you're it, and run. That means I found him. He's no longer the hide and seek champion. That and the other thing, the shoulder's a lot better now, too. I went to the chiropractor. We finally got the adjustment done on this side. Because I went last Wednesday and he tried adjusting this side and it just wasn't happening. Like every time he turned my head this way, this muscle would actually turn into a baseball. Oh, they'll do that. Yeah, horses can sneak up on somebody like they're 1,200-pound animal. They can sneak up on stuff. It's hysterical. But I went back on Saturday and they got the adjustment done on my neck, and It's taken about a week, but everything's kind of like back to where it should be. It barely even bothered me today, and I didn't have to take anything for it. So, good point, Jay. That's actually a good point. Me, I'm a straight Budweiser guy myself when I do have one, which is hysterical. I don't drink. I can count in 2018, I had that many drinks. Actually made it to the second hand last year. Usually, so I can usually count how many drinks I have in one hand. Oh, Yingling isn't too bad either. Just not a big Yingling fan. Rescue Boss, you needed a video of that. I bet you that's probably one of the most hysterical things you've ever seen. Oh, fun times for sure. Let's check something out here real quick. Let me see if my participant list actually works. Yes, it does. Look at that. I think it may have the participant list almost figured out because I got everybody in the room right now. But I don't know because it hasn't worked for a long time. I can have 20 people in the room. I looked at participants list and it only shows I'm in here. I think YouTube may be having a glitch where stuff actually works for about an hour or two. Well, I can't be that much of a YouTube whisperer if I had to look all over creation for the links that are supposed to be in a certain place. They, for some reason, they're not on because I know people put them underneath the video I made. I think that's half the reason why there isn't any likes on because as soon as they hit, they disappeared and went someplace else. I went into the creator studio just underneath comments, and they were all there, but they weren't on the video. But they were posted in response to that video in the video. So, what's up, Jet? So that was weird. Like Nina said, I think a lot of people that might post links if it's not if the link is from an outside source or in this case an outside YouTube user other than myself, then they probably removed and just put it in my comment section, thinking it might have been some sort of spam or something like that. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Because they probably think it's an instructional deal, which is kind of messed up, but they probably think it's an instructional deal instead of just a weapons video. In talking about claymores, I've seen a funny meme. Is this lady, she took a picture of her steering wheel, and she's into like that guru stuff with the crystals and everything. And she basically glued crystals all over the airbag in the middle of her steering wheel. So she's sitting there. See, that's what I was thinking too, Nina. But back to the steering wheel. She glued them all over the steering wheel. She goes, now I can charge up on the way to work. And then somebody typed in underneath that says, nice going, genius. You just turned your airbag into a Claymore anti-personnel mine. Good luck with that. But I thought that was kind of hysterical. I'm just like, okay. And this is one of the reasons why I think all the warning signs and the warning labels should be taken off of everything for about 3 months. See, I don't think we need a purge. Everybody's talking about like, we need to have a purge. We need to have a purge. Well, I don't really believe in that. I say take the warning labels off everything for about 3 months. It'll straighten itself out. Oh, I hear you, Cindy. They do a lot of that. Oh, yeah, it would. You ever read some of these warning labels? Seriously, have you ever read any of these warning labels on some of the stuff that you buy? Do you want to crack yourself up? Read warning labels because some of the stuff they warn against, and the only reason they have that label on there is because somebody did it. That's the scary part. Somebody, there's a warning label on Preparation H that says not for oral use. I did not need to be told that. That, like, somebody actually had to be. Exactly, Jay. Yeah, exactly, Cindy. Not for indoor use. So that means somebody blew their house up. Or they watch one of them Jackass videos. The one guy in the Jackass videos used to light fireworks off in the house all the time. Which I'm not big on the Jackass videos, but that was hysterical. Night FLP. That was hysterical though, because he's playing practical joke on his parents and he has the money to pull it off and remodel the house. So that's just me. But like another thing that's in a warning label one is a toaster. Oh no, even better yet, the hair dryer. This hair dryer is not intended for use in the shower. Really? Yeah, that's another good one. But the whole hair dryer in the shower, isn't the whole idea of getting in the shower is getting everything wet in the first place? So you're in the shower with the shower running on your head, running a hair dryer. Probably got your phone over here in this hand going, yeah, just yeah, walk around any store you go into and just start reading the warning labels on some of this stuff. It's not usually the food so much. Like on a lot of the cookies may contain peanut products, blah blah blah. That I understand because you don't know exactly what's in it. So like people with allergies may have to read it. I get that. I have no issue with that. But when you're telling somebody not to use a toaster in the bathtub, so that's what. Yeah, that's another one. Just stuff like that. I'm like, and maybe tonight I'm tapping into my inner George Carlin, but it's stuff like that I think about. It's like that little stuff I think about. I'm just like, do people really need to be told that? Apparently they do. Which I like that idea, Grumpy. I love that idea. He has a Grumpy says, or that Southern Ohio prepping says, I want to get a t-shirt. Warning, May overreact to snowflakes melting down. I like it. I like it. Night, Nina. Thanks for coming. Yeah, that's. Hey, welcome back, Brett. Yeah, like one thing I said to Mouse in X Nation chat, everybody's preparing for the zombie apocalypse. A lot of people were preparing for the zombie apocalypse. It's already here, except they're not zombies. Everybody's walking around looking at their phone like this. They only lift their head. I mean, as a driver, you know how many people I see driving down the road, and they'll have their phone in one hand, texting away, and they'll be doing one of these, driving down the road because they can't put the phone down. Oh, okay. No, you built a model red. No, I didn't, Jay, but that sounds like something I'd do. You know, like there's a guy going around my buddy's neighborhood. Guys going around my buddy's neighborhood playing mailbox baseball. But what we did is we took. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I used to build models myself, and I think Survival Comms likes modeling as well. So I'm working on a 164 scale um, Oliver 1950T El Toro. That's a high flotation tractor, and I'm hoping to pick up the paint so I can get that done. After I'm done with that, I'm going to start on a 164 scale Farmall Fairway. That was a Farmall regular back in the day. There's steel wheel tractors. But it was a Farmall regular that was actually set up to do golf course work. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've seen that one before too. I've also seen the same warning sign on a garden tractor. Yeah. And I've seen why, because people get all drunked up and they lose their license. Oh, I know. I really want to come down there. I just can't find the time to get down there with my job because they won't let me split my days off up. I have to take. I got 2 weeks, and I have to take each one of those weeks as a full week. And I have a week already planned for in May, and I have the week planned for in September. The one in May is when I usually take my normal vacation. The one in September is I start my vacation with the tractor show, and now I'm going to be ending my vacation with my get together up here. Yeah, I really want to come down to that. I really do because I have other friends that go down to their shows as well. Yeah, and you'll probably see my cousin down there. Look for I think it's a cockshut 30 named Oliver Twist. That's my cousin. So he's down there. My other cousin used to go down there too. He was pulling a Alice Chalmers C, I believe, in the small tractor divisions. They had a Minneapolis Moline M5 he was pulling as well. And that's also about the same time that my barrel races start. So I'll probably be at the barrel race someplace, playing around with the horse folk and trying to network there. Yeah, not too many people pull those Olivers anymore. They were good pulling machines. I remember there for a while at the local fair when they used to have just a farm pool at night. That was like their main draw was the farm pool. It was all Olivers. It's probably about, I'd say about 75% Olivers, 15% farmals, and the rest were like John Deere and other tractors. But the Olivers are good pulling machines, especially you get the 77s or the 88s. Those are the best. Everybody was in the heavier weight classes, they all thought the 99 pull was a good puller, and it wasn't because the 99 was only a supercharged diesel 3-cylinder. It was one of them Perkins / Detroit diesel 3-cylinders with a supercharger on it that was 2-stroke, and they were okay up to a certain point. Then once you got past a certain point, they just fell dead. Yeah, those the 77s and like the midweight classes were good tractors. Oh man, yeah, those popping Johnnies were John Deere's, and those old John Deere's used to run 2-cylinder engines. I mean, you can hear a John Deere coming. If you just hear the engine, you know it's a John Deere because they just go down the road, thump, 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 and each hit of the engine is very distinct. In fact, if the John Deere's burn a little, hey, small town, if the John Deere's burning a little bit of oil and smoking a little bit, every time the engine would thump, like the A's and the B's would blow a smoke ring every time the engine would hit. Oh, geez. Yeah, but some of the other things with those tractor shows, though, I mean, I've been to a ton of tractor shows up here. There's a couple good ones up here that I go to. Unfortunately, the club I belong to isn't one of them. It's just a get together anymore. But Ashtabula has a real nice one. Portersville is really nice. I mean, if I can't make it down there in February, Brett, I'll try to get you up here in August for the one in August up at Portersville. It's a decent show. It doesn't really draw too many tractors, but I'm the photographer now for their main pool, which is a deadweight pool. It's not even a transfer pool; it's a deadweight pool, and it's called King of the Mountain. And it's the only, I think, it's one of the only places left in the United States. A lot of places have deadweight pools, but not quite like this, because they'll run the 5,000, 7,000, and the 9,000 pound class. Those are all normal classes. Everybody in the United States has it. Then they have what they call the unlimited class. And the tractors, you're allowed to hang as much weight on your tractor as you can. I've seen tractors hooking up to that sled that weighed in excess of 40,000 pounds because they had that much weight hanging off of them. And the idea is last man with a deadweight pool, everybody takes their turn at the sled, and you're only pulling 20 feet. So if everybody gets a full pull, they put another 2,000 pounds on the sled, and you all go around again. If you can't get a full pull, you're eliminated, and you just keep on going round robin like that till you're down to one tractor. I mean, I've seen one time where they had a bunch of tractors like that, And how they finally got the last two tractors stopped is they, instead of adding another, they ran out of barrels, and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and they weren't slowing these two guys down at all. So what they did is they backed in a semi truck that locked the air brakes, hooked it on, hooked it onto the sled. They took their pullback tractor and pulled the sled chain tight so it wasn't yanking on a semi, and that's how they how they got down to one. Because instead of adding 2,000 pounds, they dropped about a good 20,000 pounds to it in one shot. And the one tractor still got a full pull out of it. The other guy got 19 feet out of 20. That's how close it was at the end of this thing. That was the damnedest thing I ever did watch. Yeah, I mean, that's, and that, which is the other funny thing, is in the unlimited class, you have to keep a stock appearing motor and a stock appearing tractor. My buddy got banned. I know like about 3 or 4 tractors that got banned because they didn't like what they're doing with them, even though they still had the same stock components on it. Let me tell you something about that pull from the 5,000 pound class. Actually, 3,000 pound day, because I think I run a 3,000 pound class too. But from the 3,000 pound class all the way up to the unlimited, I can guarantee you every damn tractor on that track is hot in one way or another. Oh, okay. It was a bigger over. It was probably a 2255. They originally had an 8-cylinder Detroit diesel in them, but when they got, if you had to take it in and the Detroit diesel was, you blew it up for some reason, they used the 8-cylinder Caterpillar as the repower. So that could have been a factory installed deal there. But yeah, there's 2155s and there's 2255s. That's what they used to make the super. That's one of the tractors that they used to make the super stocks out of back in the day. Oh, damn right. Oh, that's very cool backwoods. And it just goes to show you don't need to be too near one shot. A through and through and a through and through. And it's interesting you should say that, Jay. This is what Jay said. Said I would put her out there in my Craftsman lawnmower and try to hook up to the sled. We do garden tractor pulls like that too. So the garden tractors have their own pull like that as well. So well, there you go, Jay. See, I wonder if that old lady that got the 2 deer is related to Mouse. Because she like what mom sir just said, go grandma, don't mess with her. I wonder if she's related to Mouse in any way, shape, or form. Because Mouse would just put a cap in your ass. Okay, thanks, Brett. That's what I'm thinking. No, I have seen people put Cummins engines in like the 77s and the 88s, but they kind of run a completely different class. But yeah, see, I want to get my Bolins running, and once I get my Bolins running again, and that's going to be coming here soon. I want to get the ignition switch. I want to get the ignition switch in it, get the battery charged back up, and start from there. Because I think the the ignition switch is what went out because I have two ways to start my tractor. Oh yeah. Plus they don't whoever because technically they could write her up on that, but who wants to be the schmuck writing up a 101-year-old lady? You know what I'm saying? But the way I troubleshooted my Bolins is my Bolins runs on a starts on a starter generator. It's not a starter slash alternator deal. It's a starter generator. It's one unit. So I'm going to put how I just determined is it was the ignition switch though is when I tried to start it on the battery, nothing happened. There's a backup in those Bolins where I could pull start it too, but you have to have the key on to pull start it. When I was pull starting it, the same. The engine was actually turning over, but nothing was happening there. So I'm not thinking the electricity is getting past the ignition switch. Hey, Backwoods, thanks for coming. Um, Actually, it has one generator on it. That's all the belt goes to is one generator. No, it doesn't even go to the PTO. It's just there's a big pulley on the front of the motor, and it goes over to the starter generator. It's kind of weird how those things are set up because when you hit the key, the generator will turn and act like the starter and get the engine going. But once you let go of the key, it goes from being a starter, reverses polarity, and turns into a generator. It's kind of because I can't just go down to Tractor Supply and buy an ignition switch because they're all set up for a starter alternator deal, like what Brett was saying with the Bendix. Mine actually will start the tractor with the starter generator right off the belt. And so I have to be very particular in what ignition switch I get because the starter alternator ignition switch won't work with it. I mean, it's only a 3-wire system, but the way it's wired up in the switch, when you hit the starter, exactly. Yeah, because when you hit the starter, it's one polarity, but when you put it when you let go of the starter and put it on run, it reverses polarity right on the spot. So yeah, so you're not just going to go to the parts store and buy one. I actually have to buy new old stock, and they're $75 a piece. And instead of I found a couple used ones for like $10, but the problem with the used one is they're almost having the same problem I'm having with it now. Yeah, there's one solenoid on it, and what I want to do with it is I know a bunch of ways to get around that, but I actually want to restore the tractor. So that's why I'm doing it right instead of rigging stuff up. I just want to get it done right and run it like that. It's kind of like a little pet project of mine that it's going to take forever because I have too much fun. When it's running, I have too much fun driving it around. But it's not the greatest. Oh, I could. No, that's actually you're on to something there, Jay, because I did have an idea for a small Briggs and Stratton, like maybe about a 2 to 5 horsepower engine, vertical job. I wanted to get a big like industrial size, well, actually medium sized industrial squirrel cage, like one of those ones that are about big around. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to put the smallest pulley I could find on it, mount it on a trailer, then put a Briggs there with the biggest pulley that it could safely run. And I was going to choke down the end of the squirrel cage, use it as a blower, but choke it down a little bit to increase, kind of pinpoint the velocity coming out and make a leaf blower. I seen somebody else do a leaf blower like that, and I'll tell you what, you spin that squirrel cage fast enough, I could have my backyard done in about 5 minutes. the leaves would get blown clean about halfway across the neighbor's yard, but that's not my problem. Just kidding. But yeah, I have all kinds of crazy ideas. But what I want to do is I want to get my tractor running. And once I get the tractor running, I have a matching wagon goes with it. Just needs wheels, which is kind of funny. I want to restore the tractor. The wagon, I want to make it look like it's restored, but I'm actually going to, yeah, that what they call those a slab wood cutter. I know exactly. We have 3 guys in our club that have those. And the way they have them set up is the one guy that has a John Deere, he can run it right off the belt drive on the side of his tractor, and he has it mounted on the front. He has it mounted in such a way that it goes right past the narrow front end. Like the front end doesn't mess with it at all, and he can run it. Just put a belt right on the side of the tractor and run it on the front of his tractor using the belt drive back by the seat. It's that's kind of a neat setup because he could drive that thing. He can knock the belt drive out of gear, drive it someplace, hit it again, and away you go. Oh yeah, they had all kinds of weird operations on those things, like the horse driven stuff. Yes, I said horse driven, not horse pulled, but horse driven. Back in the day, before they had tractors that run PTOs, they used to put 1 or 2 horses, depending on how big the treadmill was. They'd work them on a treadmill, and the treadmill would turn a PTO. And depending on how much stuff they're working, they used to have a gearbox, and the PTO would go on one side of the gearbox, but they'd have 3 shafts coming out of it. So not only were you turning 90 degrees one direction, they're doing straight through in two 90-degree directions at one time. Oh, and see, they used to use donkeys because donkeys don't freak out. A donkey will go through just about anything once they get used to it. So, but what I was getting back to saying about the trailer for my Bolins, or the wagon for my Bolins, is I want to do the outside the same color as the Bolins, but the inside of it, what I want to do is I'm actually going to put paint and bed liner in that. The good stuff, like the rhino lining. I was going to rhino line the whole thing, and the wheels on it, instead of putting pneumatic wheels, I found these, not the plastic ones, but the hard rubber. They look like the inflatable wheels, but they're hard rubber. I was going to put those on it as well, a little bit taller, because my wagon only had wheels on about this big. I was going to put taller wheels on it so I could actually use it back in the woods to haul firewood and stuff. I have a 1050. It's a 1968 1050, and the reason, if it was like any newer than that, because they had I think brakes from 1969, well, partway through 1968 on up, they used a lot of Briggs and Stratton. I have an early 1968 model, and early 1968 and older used Wisconsin engines. I still have the Wisconsin engine, and it runs like a dream. I love when it runs like a dream. I love that engine. But we're pretty much at the top of the hour here, so go through everything. Tomorrow night, keep your eyes open. I might do something. I might not. More likely, I might not, because I don't want to step on Nina's toes. But again, I might afterwards. So I don't know. If I do something, I do something. If I don't, I don't. But Sunday night, 7:30 Eastern time, it's a sit rep on X Nation. Monday night, 8 o'clock, over in Backwoods Law Channel now, so they can boost his numbers up a little bit, is going to be his chat. It's going to be him, Timo, Brett, possibly me too. So may have a full panel on that. Even if I am a fly on the wall, because you guys get into the emergency services and first aid talk, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, I got nothing. I just sit there and listen and learn. So, but that's cool. Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern is my chat. Wednesday night, 7 o'clock Southern Louisiana time, or 8 o'clock Eastern, is Nina's chat on her channel. Then at 8:30 Central Louisiana time, 9:30 Eastern, is the Honey Badger chat on X Nation. You guys know that. I mean, I've seen all you guys there. So Thursday night is Spicy's chat at 6 o'clock Central Louisiana time, 7 o'clock Eastern. And of course, 8 o'clock on Friday, we have the regular panel chat on X Nation. Always a good time, and I always have the after show that we're finishing up now. But I'm starting to hit the wall here, so it's time to go to bed. So I thank y'all for coming. Y'all have a great night, and I love y'all. See y'all next time around.